whole building's on lockdown.
A relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
We're
Yes,
counting
ma'am.
on you, Captain.
Ah, there you
Don't
are.
let my people's
Captain?
sacrifice be in vain.
Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, you two were in the right. Now, after today's events, the Cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision, as well as a subsequent investigation. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks. Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the free... Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and... The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be... We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining... You should be able to find her in her office across... And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies,
The next time Terramorphs rear their ugly heads,
I'm gonna go check
UC
in
is going to be ready.
Chief Yassine, these orders can't be... Yes. Yes, sir. Consider it done. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude.
I was also told the President wants us to get you into the Armistice archives ASAP. So, we've got no time to waste. It was a mutual agreement, but I suppose you touch on the spirit of it. So, you also know then that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic... Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. Get them both, and you'll have...
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't or can't. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately,
And I do mean cooperate. Though that doesn't mean we can't get...
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or... The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her...
And who knows? But my suspicion is we're...
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need...
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which...
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land...
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Report suggests there's a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for intel.
Yes, many. If something goes wrong,
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for... and someone who very likely... All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. Ambassador Balmore, when the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, he's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests. So, though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn... It does. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually... his public appearances were always rare. But its scans of the facility show life signs.
your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his... I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should... Here. This device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, and fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out. Now, if you have additional questions, I'd suggest... Be smart out there, Captain.
Yes?
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please. Okay.
Up.
Or on anti-O or on that.
Hi. Bobby mentioned he met you.
Are you a member? Keeper Aquilus seems to know what he's talking about.
Aquilus has helped me through some tough times lately.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on through.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am.
I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
This building is
I'm
Freestar
sorry.
sovereign
Do you have an
territory.
appointment?
So in here, we're the law.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting... You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One! I'm listening. Oh, I understand precisely. There's a lot of scared... The cost of being wrong isn't... Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me.
Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
must have seen your reflection and ran to it.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast, as the rest of the city suffered. Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the... It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps... But I must know. Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused... So the UC requires information, then. On terror... The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives, using its date. But if I am to grant you for years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of in exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh. Well then, please. Let's hope it still works.
Look at you, over-encumbered.
but pressing on valiantly.
Let it be used for good.
Can we run through it one more time?
You're only as safe as your equipment. Welcome to Outland. We deal in only the fine. All of our products. And while I've never need... I've never left the planet. Yes, by all means, have a look. See you around. I would never dream of selling. Please do. Be careful out there. If there's anything you need, yes, by all means, have a look. Good luck on all your adventures. I can't imagine. You're only as safe as your... Goodness, no, I just couldn't. I can't stomach the thought. And preferably a hot friend. I do. In this line. Not seeing people come back. But that whatever they... Please do. I hope. Good luck on all your adventures.
What response?
I'm told by top officials the cabinet already has a plan in place to open the Armistice archives.
Unless that archive's full of ordnance, it's not enough.
I see. Well, thank you for taking the time.
Hey, publish what I said, all right? Something needs to be done.
Oh, I'm as concerned as you are. Thank you again for speaking with me.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Excuse me. Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? So the old man was still lurking around in there. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attack.
We've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. you will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Pardon?
There you are. Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a... It doesn't. We don't really care where else you might have been or might become a citizen. Once you earn your place in the United... Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so... Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your... through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you care? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation.
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this...
Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, and they've stated they'll only share it with you.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Let's hope it never comes. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Greetings, citizen. Welcome to the U.
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Not quite. I'm Francois Fanon, but most know me as Vivictus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable. A sacrifice. Even my death. I want to help you. And though I am curious, has she shared with you the nature of our... Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed. Our relationship has always been... The Major was born to become a great leader, but the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more, and I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to... I'll tell you where they are. But there is a former colleague of mine. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, but I finally found him. I want you to track. I'm not expecting he'll come quiet. Bring me evidence that the job's done. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20. Easier for all if you see. If that's what you require to sleep in. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. There is a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Mark.